exhilarating. Life-changing.
It was amazing.
Teamwork.
These are all terms that describe the Connecticut Youth Leadership Project, a youth leadership program that empowers youth with disabilities to realize their leadership potential.
The program has helped me understand my disability and how I can be a leader.
Okay, so each of you are explaining your disability.
So,
You just like ask each other and just like talk about it.
Yeah.
And just share.
It has to be like 5 minutes.
The Connecticut Youth Leadership Program celebrates its 15th year of supporting young adults to become tomorrow's leaders.
What do people use the most to help them in school?
Through a very competitive process, 40 high school students from around the state of Connecticut were selected to be delegates at the 2013 Connecticut Youth Leadership Forum, held for 4 days on the UConn campus in Storrs, Connecticut. During the forum, delegates participate in various self-awareness and team-building activities to assist them in exploring their own leadership style and advocacy skills.
As you work on these projects, keep an eye on how your team works together and ask who is becoming a stronger leader.
Through these workshops, the Connecticut Youth Leadership Program instills the message that people with disabilities can be great leaders.
Your group has learned about assistive technology this morning. Choose 3 different assistive technology devices that you or someone in your group may benefit from and explain how and where you could use the devices.
I use the music to block out what's going on around me so I can focus what's in front of me.
On the first day of the forum, the delegates had the opportunity to hear from alumni delegate Matt Cavadon, who shared how YLF helped shape his life to become a stronger and more confident leader with a disability.
So I went to Harvard. I studied religion and government. I spent 4 years there. I got to travel throughout the country. I got to work in Michigan. I got to spend some time in Spain and France doing studies there. I tried to get out, to explore the world and to take on adventures. And sometimes it took extra planning. You know, with a wheelchair, it takes a couple extra calls ahead to hotels and making sure that there's actually a taxi that can take me somewhere. But I wanted to get out there and try things. YLF helped inspire me to develop my own ability to lead and to lead myself through life, too.
Matt also provided this year's delegates with valuable tools to educate society about people with disabilities and how to strengthen their own core skills to be well-rounded leaders.
So what can we do to be leaders with disabilities? For some of us, it's going to be about getting into positions of influence and authority. Go to school, blog, write a letter to the editor, start a YouTube channel. Get your voice out there and be heard. For others of us, it's not going to look like that. For others of us, our way of getting ourselves into society is going to be just trying to live normal lives.
I learned a little bit more about myself and about my disability and how I can turn it into a positive thing instead of a negative thing, because I always grew up not knowing what to do with my disability. And now I know how to use it.
The first step in being a leader is in being led. Every one of us has goals that we're trying to reach. Whatever your goal is, you got to be a leader for yourself too. YLP is going to help set you up for that. You're going to hear from some really smart people who are leading in really important ways. You're going to get a lot of skills that you're going to be able to use to make yourself an effective leader. But ultimately, it's going to be about your sense of initiative and your ability to work with others.
The delegates were encouraged to self-assess and discuss how this program provides them with the ability to become very effective and strong leaders.
To me, so far, it means leadership and accepting who you are as a person, and that your disability isn't something that should give you a disadvantage in life. It is something that should make you stronger as a person.
I learn about teamwork while I'm here. And teamwork has communication as an important skill. Those communication skills are very important for real life, you know. People will say leaders need to communicate. It's very important to be able to communicate with people. The teamwork is important. You need to figure out what the problems are.
The forum is structured to strengthen their self-confidence and make them more knowledgeable on educating others in the disability community and the general community.
YLF is really just an experience. I think you can really just let yourself go. I always find myself, whenever I'm at school or in my community, I always find myself very guarded, and I try to keep my disability as secret as I possibly can. But here I can just go out in the open and be like, hey, I have Asperger's, and people are like, oh, okay, and like they don't even care. And like, it's so awesome that everybody is so non-judgmental and that everybody is just so supportive of one another.
I would say YLF is inspiring because it really teaches you how to cope with your disability. You get to meet a lot of people who have the same disability, and you learn that there's more people like you out there, and you get more comfortable with yourself. So I think the program really teaches you how to be more confident with your disability and to be proud of it.
The delegates had a great day at Camp Hemlock, where they worked on self-awareness and team-building skills.
That was cool. That was cool.
The day concluded with a variety of delegates who shared their remarkable talents in the 2013 YLF Talent Show. Delegates had an opportunity to think about their next steps after graduating from high school. A transition panel offered them insight of life experiences and how they worked through their disability to have their desired career and be part of their community.
Once people get comfortable with who you are, and that if you advocate for yourself and you say, hey, this is me, this is who I am not hard of hearing, I just happen to have a hearing disability.
The delegates were able to experience campus life by having lunch at the Yukon Student Union food court and shopping at the campus co-op store.
Wait, let's take one.
The delegates were empowered to share their leadership skills that were developed through their experiences at YLF.
In the past few days, you have realized that you can actually open up to people that have struggled like you, and it's just really interesting to compare and contrast and see how people can actually interact with each other because of disabilities.
Throughout the week, they worked in small teams to refine their leadership and team-building skills. They participated in various activities, such as building a bridge.
We have this blue crate, and it has to just sustain a weight and it has to go under it. So we have to work together to try to build a bridge.
Together, they shared their ideas, interests, and experiences to develop a community action project that would showcase their leadership skills and empower them to be leaders in their community.
I enjoy having new people, being a part of the group. I work to be the best I can be.
The small teams will continue to work together to complete their community project over the course of a year. Here is what YLF means to those delegates who attended.
Words can't even describe this program to me. This program is not only helpful by helping kids with disabilities, but it's also a learning experience and a one-in-a-lifetime thing that I will never forget.
What I enjoyed the most at YLF is being able to understand what people have gone through, seeing their experiences and my experiences and relating them to each other and just getting along, being able to be people.
And the best part of their week was...
What I've enjoyed the most is probably just meeting new people and getting to know them for who they actually are.
Most exciting thing is to see counselors and see more delegates come.
My experience at YLF is wonderful because I have a good time, and I do hear that it was pretty wonderful that I jumped into the people's arms and I climbed out safely.
The week at YLF can be a life-changing experience.
I think it's changed me in a way that I've become a lot more tolerant and a lot more sympathetic and empathetic towards other people who struggle a lot more with their disability than I might.
I learned how to get dressed in time, how to get to cafeteria on time, how to be polite to people who can learn and educate each other.
When asked to describe their YLF experience, here's what the delegates had to say.
Amazing. It's like a supportive kind of group.
Amazing.
Believing in yourself.
Serendipity.
Empowering. It's a life-changing experience.
Amazing.
Eye-opening.
Inspiring.
A fun experience.
Creative.
Interesting.
It was fun.
Amazing.
I think it was the most awesome experience.
If I could describe YLF in one word, I'd say it's fun.
It's very exciting.
I think it's worthwhile to learn about other people's disabilities.
Exciting.
Fun. Yeah.
The week concluded with the delegates joining together with their friends, family, YLF staff, and the Connecticut Youth Leadership Project sponsors to celebrate and share their YLF experiences.
We all want to be successful, and I think YLF has given us a good start.
The Connecticut Youth Leadership Project strives to support youth with disabilities to meet the challenges of their future, overcome obstacles, be self-advocates, and be strong leaders who will make a difference in their own communities while building a stronger voice for the general disability community. Our leaders of tomorrow.